Books presents an unabridged recording of Changelings, Book 1 of The Twins of Pataby by Anne McCaffrey and Elizabeth Ann Scarborough, narrated by Robert Ramirez and directed by Drew Sussman. This book is copyrighted 2006 by Anne McCaffrey and Elizabeth Ann Scarborough. This recording is copyrighted 2006 by Recorded Books. Ronan and Muriel are twins, children of the planet Pataby, and as such, theirs is a destiny deeply intertwined with this sentient planet that is also their home. But Pataby is changing in mysterious, unprecedented ways, and the return of off-world scientists threatens this amazing planet and its equally amazing inhabitants. And now, Changelings.
Prologue. Pataby was changing. It was always changing. The quakes and eruptions, avalanches and slides, great winds on land and sea, even the ebb and flow of the tide brought about fundamental changes in the planet's surface, in the way it was. The people who lived on Pataby knew and accepted this. If it had not been for the changes, jump-started and accelerated by a terraforming process begun only a few decades before, no one would have been able to live on Pataby. The people made songs about the changes, celebrated them. Their planet, once a cold ball of cosmic rock, was an awakening giant. Each shift, slide, rumble, storm, or explosion was a sign that Pataby was stretching, growing, continuing to reform its being into something even grander than it already was. The people and their songs celebrated the changes. A lot they knew. If they had bothered to ask their sentient planet just once how Pataby felt, instead of always bringing their own hopes and fears, joys and sorrows into the communion caves where they spoke to the planet and the planet responded, Pataby would have told them that it sometimes hurt. All of that grinding of plates, cracking the surface, sloughing away here, washing away there, pushing some bits out and pulling others back, could be painful. Most worlds could take millennia to do what Pataby did in hours, days, weeks, at the most, years. It was really quite a hectic place, all this change in such a short time. But Pataby was not always sure just what was happening to its great self, or why. The planet did know that its function was to be a home for its creatures, its two-legged, four-legged, winged, shelled, finned, and flippered fauna, its leaved, flowered, vined, barked, or grassy flora. It not only made homes for these life forms, it helped them adapt to its conditions so that their fragile husks did not die. The cycle of life formed by all of these living creatures fed Pataby's vitality, even as the planet nourished them. The two-leggeds who had become a part of Pataby's own great being returned its care by keeping the more destructive members of their species at bay, in space, away from their world. No one was allowed to drill into it or set explosions on its surface to take away bits of its body it might have a use for later. If life was taken, it was replaced by new life. Though a small planet whose surface consisted of little more than 2 ice caps and a sea between them, Pataby had nevertheless made a lot of progress since its terraforming. But it wasn't enough. Pataby had to make other kinds of places where more life forms could live. There was too much sea, too much ice. If there were warm places, dry places where life could begin, that life could become part of the cycle too.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.